Hey, what's good, everybody? It's me, your hero, Benjamin Banks, and you're watching Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. And joining me, as always, are my co-hosts, Rebellious D and Trav. How you fellas doing tonight?
Hey, you know what it is.
Yes, man. And that is Demon Slayer Mugen Train, the movie. It officially comes out tomorrow, but they did have a pre-showing tonight, and me and Trav, we went to go see it. D, right. While he did not see the movie, he reads the manga, so he pretty much, hey, look, there it is. He got it pulled up right now. So we're going to go ahead and do the review. And before we get into today's review, make sure that you like this video, you hit the subscribe button, and you tap that bell button so that way you're always notified when we have new content here on Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. So let's go ahead and get right on into it if you guys are ready.
Podcast in the description.
Hey,
there you go.
Baby.
Let's rock and roll, fellas.
So, man, this movie, like, I was already hyped for it when it was initially announced, and it got pushed back because of the pandemic. It came out in Japan October of last year. Now, usually with Japanese movies, when they come over here to the States, we usually get it, I want to say about like 2 months later, because I know when My Hero Academia Heroes Rising came out, it came out in December of 2019, and then we ended up getting it in February of 2020. Yeah. So it sucked. You know, we didn't get the movie, but it's finally out now, and it was one of the highest grossing movies in Japan at the time, and it knocked out Spirited Away, which was the number one highest grossing movie in Japan, correct?
Wow.
I think just animation wise.
Yeah, and that sounds about right. Spirited Away is highly regarded.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean, like, yo, this movie was everything. It was amazing. Just to let everybody know, there are going to be spoilers in this video. So if you haven't watched the movie, I recommend watching the movie before you watch our review. But if you read the manga, then you're okay. You can watch it. Or if you've seen the movie, yeah, we're just going to talk about it a little bit. Mm-hmm. But yeah, like I said, like from the start, the animation, it was on point. It's like when I was looking at the animation up here in the movie, it felt like I was watching the anime, but it was on steroids, if that makes any sense.
Crispy.
It was crispy. The music was amazing in the movie. The whole story, man. You know, we're introduced to Rengoku at the end of season 1, and we're also introduced to the villain who Mugen gives his blood to, Enmu. And you know, it was interesting how it gets straight to Enmu's plan on trying to pretty much kill everybody on the train. There's a total of 200 passengers on the train and whatnot, and it was interesting, man. Like Enmu, when I saw him on season 1, I thought he was going to do something, but I mean, he had some high ground in the movie.
He has some pretty interesting abilities, I'll say.
Yeah, absolutely,
and especially with this is creativity at its best to me. Like, just the demon's abilities, especially his being able to put people to sleep and basically feed off of you.
Yep.
I mean, it's cool to think about. Kind of creepy, you know.
Yeah. I mean, like you said, it was cool. It was creepy. Mm-hmm. The dreams that he was putting the people in.
Yeah.
It reminded me of Supernatural. Remember when the genies up there on Supernatural, like they would put people to sleep, and in the dream,
what were they called? They weren't called
Gen.
Gen.
Yeah,
they were called Gen. And pretty much like that's what this reminded me of, because Tanjiro, he gets put in a dream, and his siblings and his mother are still alive, and you know, it was just interesting seeing them again. You know, it was easy to you know, fall into this dream world and believe that everything was believable. Trav, what was your take on, you know, seeing all of the different dream worlds that all of the characters were in?
It's crazy. You get your emotional dream. You get your funny dreams. You get your lovey-dovey dreams.
That's right.
Everybody had, like, you could tell, like, it just matched their personality, whatever the dream was. So I'm still tripping on my man getting called Yellow. What, he called him Yellow Boy the whole movie?
Yellow Boy.
Yellow Boy.
Mm-hmm.
I said, damn, you can't even remember this dude's name. No respect.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so D, is it the same in the manga? Like they show them in the dream worlds?
Yeah.
And
Yep.
okay, cool.
Step by step.
Hey, what about when Rengoku choking out Homegirl? But
Bro,
it's
he
like
was choking
Freddy
her for a
Krueger.
long
Yeah.
time.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like
You
Freddy
mean when,
Krueger, where she's like hanging in the air, but you can't.
Yeah, when
see
they
him.
tried to get him, and he's kind of like broke the hold. Yeah, that all happened. Yeah, he put her out. He put her out with a one hand choke, bro.
Yeah, man, like he was choking her for a minute, man.
Oh yeah, that happened.
Hey, they skipped to a bunch of stuff going on. They went.
And he was still choking.
Yeah, hey,
this dude Banks was like,
when he found out what was going on, he was
damn.
mad.
It's like Nezuko wakes up and like she looks and like he's just sitting there holding her like the Undertaker. That's how he was holding her.
Yeah, he was the Undertaker.
He was. Now, what was interesting to kind of piggyback off of what Trav had said about the different dreams that everybody was having. It was interesting seeing everybody's reactions. Like when they showed Rengoku, like he was stern when he was in his dream. Like he knew that something was amiss.
Yeah, he knew it wasn't right.
Yeah, compared to everybody else, where it's just like, of course, Tanjiro, it's like he saw his family again. He felt like everything that had happened up to this point was a dream, was a nightmare. Not Rengoku, Inosuke, like his dream was just like a comedy where it's like he was the leader, like how you see.
That guy
bugging out.
And it's
he be doing that in real life too, man. It's like
yeah, and it was crazy because it's like not Inosuke, but Zenitsu. He was a chipmunk, and then Tanjiro was a tanuki, and Nezuko was a bunny, and he called them his underlings, and he was the leader and whatnot. And then with Zenitsu, his dream was him and Nezuko. Nezuko was human form. He was happy and everything. Yeah. It was just interesting. But like I said, like going back to Rengoku, like it's like I compared this guy to All Might because it's like you never saw him not smiling. Like even when he was fighting, he was smiling. But then when it started getting serious, that smile did go away. But
he knew what time it was.
He knew what time it was. Now, what's interesting about this fight is, it ended in a way that I wasn't expecting that it was going to end because, you watch these anime movies and usually the good guys, they win at the end of the movie. Whereas with this, they didn't win.
It was kind of a draw. I won't say he lost because
he didn't.
Yeah, because he actually barely Akazu.
Yeah,
he barely got away.
Akaza,
he still got away though, bro.
Yeah, I know. Hey, that's hey. I'm reading it, so I know they get that get back.
For
we already said this is spoilers. Hey, they get some get back.
Hey, I'm just saying. Unfortunately,
it was I like the way it.
Come on.
I'm riding with the man,
bro. Look, he's dead. Homeboy escaped into the night.
He escaped.
Trav, not only did he escape, he has Tanjiro's sword too. Like when Tanjiro threw that sword, like for some odd reason, I was sitting here expecting that Tanjiro was going to throw the sword and then he was going to use some sort of ability to
cut his neck.
Hey, I mean, I could have seen
cut his neck, but to bring the sword back, like he was going to be like Thor, like he was going to hold his hand out and then the sword with the demon on it were going to come back and they were going to burn to death in the sun. But what's crazy is that this demon Akaza, like he is the third strongest out of the upper moon, and it's just like, well, if he's this strong and Rengoku wasn't able to defeat him, I can only imagine how much stronger the other demons are.
And it's kind of funny because you got like we all know I'm reading it, and just based on some of the other abilities, like the other one, some of the other demons in the upper, they have very good supporting abilities, I'll say.
Right.
And it's just interesting because once you figure out how his abilities work, you understand why he was able to, because it's almost it's essentially like Neji, but a demon.
Yeah.
In a way, because he can see exactly what your energy, like he can kind of see the way your energy is gonna move before you move, and it's just neat So yeah.
I agree with you on that, because like he saw that Rengoku's energy was low, but he did sense that Rengoku was strong though, and he kept offering to turn him into
which I thought that was an interesting part of that too. Because
so,
he was sincere.
It just makes you think.
Yeah.
It just makes you think that it's just like, is this what happens with a lot of strong fighters in the series? Like, Mugen, he saw how strong they were, and he was just like, look, I'll turn you into a demon and you'll become even stronger by, training and whatnot. Now, and I know I believe it was Ren who was the spider demon, right?
Yes.
Okay, with him, I mean, we know that he became a demon because he was sick.
Right.
So it's like he wasn't strong, but it does make you think about like the higher ups. I mean, but Ren was strong though, over the years.
Oh well, yeah.
He
created his own family.
He made his own family and whatnot. But yeah, like that whole fight with Rengoku versus Akaza.
Did you guys enjoy it?
It was breathtaking. Like the animation, the music. Man, it's like I was sitting there, because Trav can tell you, like when Rengoku unleashed his ultimate move, like Trav always jokes me that I always clap real loud because I was hyped.
You thought that he got him.
I thought he got him.
He did.
And, hey, Tanjiro thought he got him too.
Oh yeah, the smoke.
And it was just like, damn, like he didn't get him, but I don't know, man.
I thought it was interesting too how he immediately tries to kill Tanjiro when he gets there.
Yeah,
which was it makes you wonder if that's why he was sent there, because he obviously wasn't just there to take out Rengoku.
Yeah.
I mean, they keep talking about the boy with the earrings.
Yeah. So, well, I mean, I think that he concerns what's the old boy's name?
Michael Jackson.
Yeah, Michael Jackson. Thank you, Mugen. I think that he genuinely concerns him, so it's neat.
I wonder why then.
Well, I mean, it goes back to, I mean, you got to look at these things. In the beginning, Mugen, he killed his family.
Yep.
And now Tanjiro is, asking all these questions and whatnot. And then we saw in season 1 where Tanjiro confronts him. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And it's just like, you got to remember, like, nobody knows who Mugen is. And it's just like, if demons are to even speak his name, like, they'll die. You know what I'm saying? So I understand why he wants Tanjiro killed, especially because of the earrings that he has. He mentions that. So it's like, I'm hoping that, we learn more about, what the earrings mean, and because I know, like, they also show like a flashback, and I want to know if that was Tanjiro's dad, and like he fought Mugen before and he got away or something like that. It's so many questions, and I want them answered. I know we've been talking about Akaza, but Enmu, when he was introduced, I know we talked about his abilities and whatnot, but I thought that he was a good like low tier mini boss. You know what I'm saying? Like the fight that him and Tanjiro had, it was pretty good. I was getting hyped. He kept on trying to put him to sleep, and Tanjiro kept on killing himself in the dream, so that way that he would wake up. And it, like, I don't know, it's just the animation in this movie, like, it was just so smooth, man. And
even in the anime, it's pretty cool. And it's just cool to see him take it a step further. Because I was a big fan of like the seeing the effects of their special techniques and stuff. I think that's really cool.
Yeah. Now it's like, I want to touch on when the one kid was inside of Tanjiro's dream, and when he went to his subconscious.
Talking about my boy Sai.
Yeah. Trav called him Sai. He went into the subconscious and he saw, just how pure Tanjiro was, and how like his subconscious, it felt warm. And then like when we see Rengoku's subconscious, it's like it's full of flames. Like, and the girl, she was just like, it's hot in here, and
Nelly started playing.
The Nelly song started playing.
Got lit.
And then in the Nosuke's dream, and his subconscious, it was just a cave, and like he was a monster. And then Zenitsu, it was just darkness. And he was just like, why is there another boy here? I'm supposed to be the only boy here. And then another thing was Zenitsu. I thought it was awesome when Nezuko, when she got trapped by Enmu, and then all of a sudden Zenitsu just shows up and just saves her like that. Like, I really hope that once the series gets to the end, like I kind of want to see them together, because the way that Nezuko was looking at him when he came in and saved her.
Oh, you want to see? You want to see like Ed and Winry?
Yeah.
Are you? So you're shipping them?
I'm
you
shipping them. Like, so right now, like I'm shipping them, and then I'm shipping Tanjiro with the chick with the butterfly, the one that he made the promise to, and then the Nosuke.
He'll just be out in the
he'll
woods.
Just be the leader.
Nobody,
yeah, he'll be the leader of some rocks.
Yeah, he'll just be the leader of some rocks.
I love Inosuke, dude. He's my favorite character in the show.
I mean, and it's I can speak from like reading it. They don't disappoint, man. It's just so fun to see the story come full circle.
Yeah.
And see everybody kind of develop in their own ways and grow and bond and stuff. It's really cool.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, because like you see Inosuke in the beginning, how he was a hothead. He still is a hothead, but we see in this movie that like he actually cares about them.
Yeah.
Even though he doesn't know their names, and he gives them, because what did he call Tanjiro? Santaro?
Something.
I think it was Santaro.
It starts with an S though, for sure. So.
Yeah, and it's crazy because when I look at Tanjiro, of course I get the Midoriya vibes. He wants to get better, and then he asked Rengoku to become his master. And like how we had already said in the beginning of this review, we didn't really get enough of Rengoku, but he was there enough to make you care about him. And he also helped Tanjiro learn some new abilities, like his breathing techniques and whatnot. And I thought it was sweet because I remember when Rengoku was fighting Akaza, and when Akaza was trying to break free, and I was like, Trav, he's using the breathing techniques to keep him in place. And just seeing Rengoku's backstory and the conversation he had with his mom, and his mom was just like, the reason why you were born, and it's because you were born to help people who are weaker than you. And it's just like, you should never use these abilities for personal gain or for evil and whatnot. It was a very touching moment, and I'm glad that he stuck to his mother's promise that he made with her. Now, when we see her mother at the end, now I'm pretty sure you guys have played it, but I can't remember. But have y'all played Crisis Core?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, now remember when Zach was dying and then Angel shows up? Like, that's what I thought of when he saw his mom, and he was just like, Mom, did I make you proud? And
yeah, it's just it was very well put together and very well thought out, and that's what I mean. It was to me, it was a lot of fun to read. It was one of those chapters. It's just like you get all this action, then you find out that he doesn't take the villain down. Yeah. He did everything he could to keep him there, and then it's just like, even when he was dying, he was smiling. He knew that he had protected these guys. And it was they were kind of like his cubs in a way.
Yeah.
He knew he was doing what he had to do. So very fun.
It's crazy because it's like they were all sad, they were all crying, because he pretty much said that he was going to be all of their masters. And I love how when he was telling Tanjiro before he died, he was just like, I believe that your sister is one of us. She's one of us. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, I don't look at her as a demon. She's part of the Demon Slayer Corps, because she was saving people and she had blood on her. And, anybody that does that, like, they're good in my book. And, I was expecting to see, because not everybody, a couple of people had left the theater, but, of course, you already know when it comes to certain movies, like the Marvel movies, for example, you never leave because you want to see if they're going to show something else. And I was expecting to at least see, them going to Rengoku's father's house and talking with his brother. But I'm assuming that we're going to see that in the anime, because it's like he's going to have to go there, because Rengoku said that there were some notes that talked about the fire breathing. And that's going to help Tanjiro get stronger.
And it's kind of cool because they do their due diligence, and they do go to his father's house and kind of make him talk about it. Because his dad's basically a drunk at this point, and then his brother's just there, and it was just they returned the sword to him and stuff like that, and tell him that he died fighting, basically.
He died a hero. And, that's even something too that Zenitsu says. He was just like Rengoku, he was able to use his abilities to protect everybody on the train, because the train goes off the rails. And he was able to, like, remember when he wakes up from his dream, like he tells Tanjiro, he's just like, hey, I'll protect 5 cars, you and what did he call Inosuke? Like Boarhead or something like that.
Probably
something like that.
Yeah, he said y'all go and find the demon, because Tanjiro was just like, well, he's a part of the train now, and he was just like, there's always a head. And then of course the head was at the end of the train, the front of the train. And hey, do you like how I keep on mentioning the train?
We know what you're doing.
I mean, it's the name of the movie. So.
But that's interesting too. Like, I didn't think that it was gonna take place on the train the entire time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I thought they were gonna be on the train, and then something was gonna happen, and they were gonna be in the forest or something like that. But it's just like, they were on the train. Like, I was thinking about Resident Evil 0, because I know that that takes place on the train and whatnot, and the zombies and stuff. And like I said, interesting movie. I don't know if you guys have anything else to say about the movie or thoughts. Like, D, I know you read the manga, but Trav, what are your thoughts on the future of the series after this?
I was looking at the story arcs, and I see that the first season covers the first 6 arcs. This movie covered the Mugan Train arc, and then now we're left with only 4 more arcs left. And I'm kind of thinking, this season might be the last season where they wrap it up.
I don't know. I mean, I hope not. I hope that they don't do like Promise Neverland, which I doubt that they'll do, where it's like they'll just wrap it up just to wrap it up.
Nobody had any complaints about how fast they went through the first 6 arcs. So again, I don't know what goes into those arcs, but I saw how many chapters are in each, and it wasn't a huge drastic difference. So we'll just kind of have to see what they do.
Yeah, well, I do hope that when the movie, when the dub comes out, because there wasn't a lot of people in the theater when we went to go see it tonight, and we went to the 7:00 showing, which was the first showing. There wasn't a lot of people there, and I know Trav, he had mentioned that there was a possibility that there were more people who were fans of the dub. We talked about that on our interview when we had Deneen Melody up here, where it's just, sometimes people they like to be able to understand what's going on the screen, so that way they don't have to read the subtitles. But I feel like we've been in the game for this long, so it doesn't really matter. But Trav, I'll ask you, like, how do you feel about the sub over the dub?
I mean, I said it when we did the episode, bro. I don't want to shit on anybody, but I'm just not a fan of the dub. And even when we was watching it, that speech at the end that Tanjiro was given when he was yelling into the forest.
Yeah.
Dude, that jank is so emotional. And just the way that a lot of the Japanese voice actors portray emotions.
Yeah.
It's so good. And I just don't really get that in this particular dub. So, I'm going to stick with the sub on this particular anime. I enjoy the sub a lot more.
Now, D, I know initially when because we did a Demon Slayer episode on the podcast.
Yep.
And I believe the only thing that was out at the time was the sub, correct? That's what you watched, right?
Yes.
Okay, now.
No, the dub was out. Remember, I started watching the dub. and I was like, I'm not really digging this. And then
I think I watched mine in sub. I'll be honest with you.
I went back and started watching it in sub because that's what they said on the internet. They were like,
the sub was better.
The sub was better because the portrayal of Tanjiro and how it's like with Death Note, the portrayal of Light in the sub and the portrayal of Light in the dub, they're not the same.
Yeah.
So, and that's what a lot of people say about that.
I get it. I'll say that because it's like for My Hero Academia, for example, it's like I like the dub and I like the sub, but there, like Trav, I've shown you videos where there's times where Midoriya in the sub sounds way more better than Midoriya in the dub.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, I don't know, it's just different emotions and whatnot, different screams. Like when Midoriya did his when he yelled smash in the sub version, it's just like there's just something behind that smash where it's like he sounds like he's in pain, like just screaming it. Whereas in the dub, it's just like, you know, the scream, like it's good. It's just that I don't really feel like that emotion behind it compared to when I'm watching the sub.
Yeah, a lot of the emotional scenes in Japan versus the emotional scenes in English. 9 times out of 10, the Japanese just portray the pain and the hurt a lot better than we do over here in English. Yeah. And I think a lot of it, though, has to do with the language.
Probably. But yeah, I mean, well, I just hope that when this movie, when the dub comes out, I hope a lot of people support it. I hope that a lot of people do go to the theaters and see it if they feel comfortable going to go see it. But if not, then I mean, you know, you can wait for it to come out on DVD. I know that I know it's coming out on Blu-ray in Japan in June, I believe.
Yep, June.
So I mean,
that means we won't get it till September.
September probably, yeah.
November.
Yeah, same thing. And then the My Hero Academia movie is supposed to be coming out in June or July, so we're probably not going to get it until September, October. So that's another thing that I'm looking forward to. So yeah, I mean, do you guys have anything else to say, or y'all ready to go ahead and wrap this thing up?
I just want to say that as far as the Haishirin, Rengoku, it's very interesting because if he survived this, I think that they would have been able to push themselves further faster, just based on all the others, like whether it's like some of them are nonchalant, a lot of them don't want to be bothered, and he was like the most open of them. And I thought that was kind of interesting that they met him and everything went the way it did.
Yeah, I agree with you on that, because it's like when he met the other ones, it's just like they were dicks to him. You know what I'm saying? You had the one that was trying to kill Nezuko.
Yeah, the Wind Haishirin. And his brother is the douchebag.
Yeah.
From the trial. So they have. I mean, it's so much to get into. But yeah, Trav, did you have anything else?
Yeah. Rengoku had this line, bro, when he was giving his last words, and he said, "You don't want to pick the young buds or something like that." You know what I'm talking about, Banks? When he was talking about,
grow.
He was talking about, it's our job to protect the younglings. And he said something like, don't pick the young buds. Don't pick the young nips, or what? Don't nip the young buds, man. That's what it is. Yeah. And I don't know, bro. That line hit me, dude. I was like,
I can hear your voice.
I was like, damn, that's some real shit, bro.
Yeah. Hey, dude, he lived by the sword and he died by the sword. So I mean, what a cool character, man. He was, because I thought it was interesting because he was clearly dead after he got punched straight through the gut.
Yeah.
And he was just like trying as hard as he could to get that guy. And I just it was admirable. It was fun.
It was such an emotional scene, man. And it just sucks that the movie ended like this. But you know what they say, it's just like when a movie or somebody dies and a series, and that there's going to be more to come, that person is going to get their get back. And I'm looking forward to that. And thank you everybody for watching our review. D, let them know in social media land where they can find you at.
That's going to be rebellious_D23 at Instagram.com. Trav,
put the stamp on that. 2 places you can find your boy. I need to come up with a new catchphrase now, man,
Uh-oh.
because the one-stop shop is closed.
Mhm.
I got 2 locations now.
He opened up that second
You
store,
got
y'all.
2 phones, one for the
That's
road,
right.
one for the
Hey.
Jesus.
And I don't know why that's so funny.
Because it's late.
and you know, you go find me on the Instagrams at ZK Audio, or you can find me over on the Twitter at TravioSZK. And of course, Tanjiro, he done lost his hero. Where he gonna find another one?
He's gonna find me, your hero Benjamin Banks, at KingBenji_Banks on Twitter and Instagram, and then you can find me on Facebook by typing in Benjamin Banks, and I should be the first person to pop up. If not, then I need to contact Mr. Zuckerberg. Thank you for checking out our review. We hope that you enjoyed it. Make sure that you check out some of our other reviews that we have coming out and some of our interviews that we have coming out tomorrow. Excuse me. Tomorrow we're going to be interviewing Renes Rivera, who is on Falcon and Winter Soldier, and we're also going to be talking about the season finale of that, which comes out tomorrow. And then, of course, we have our Invincible review. Our interview with Bradley Harper is going to be up on the channel, and then on Saturday and Sunday we're going to have the My Hero Academia anime review and the manga review. So,
and hold on, don't skip over Mortal Kombat live stream Saturday
forgot
night,
about Mortal
8
Kombat
p.m.
live stream. Yep.
Facebook.
And the Renes Rivera is going to be live too. So make sure y'all tune in for that. They will be put up here on YouTube afterwards. But yeah, that's it. We'll see you next time. Like I always say, stay positive and keep that pinky up. We'll see you next time. Peace. Thank you for watching a brand new episode of Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. Make sure that you hit that like button and you subscribe to our channel. Hit the bell button so that way you're always notified when we have new content on our channel. Make sure you check out our podcast where we release new episodes every Tuesday, and the video of that episode is uploaded on Friday. And you can find new episodes of our podcast on all podcast platforms. Make sure you follow all the Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks social media accounts at Leveling Up Banks on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Also, we have a Patreon. If you're feeling generous and would love to donate to us, it's at Leveling Up Banks. And huge shout out to our patrons. We really appreciate you and thank you for the support. We'll see you next time on Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks.